Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Samantha Izundu if you are new here, and we have a new video. I feel like it's actually been a while since I've sat down and put makeup on and just kind of had a chit chat. I have a few new things that I got in Priceline. Since doing my reviewing all my Australian makeup, I got a couple of things that are Australian that I wanted to try because I just feel like there's a bit of gaps in my collection of like brands, products, things like that. So I got the Nude by Nature palette in Soft Rose, and this is not one that I would usually get, but they had testers and I think I actually liked this one the most. So we're going to try this today. I've got a bronzer, finishing powder, and I also have the Rare Beauty Tinted Moisturizer. My friend gave this to me. She's also my friend who gave me the Charlotte Tilbury foundation. So when she doesn't like something, she gives it to me. She's more yellow toned, so this is 20 warm. No, she's actually more olive, so she usually goes for the warm tones. But sometimes I can get away with a warm tone because I'm neutral. It just depends how warm it is. So we're gonna play with the new things, and then I got some Shop My Stash stuff. We're just gonna have a chat. And remember how I used to put on perfume at the end and then I stopped doing it? Not because I didn't want to do it, it's because I forget. I brought a perfume to put on to make myself feel nice again. Right, I'm gonna start with this OXX Bloom Serum Primer from Kmart. I don't think you can get this anymore. You might be able to. It's like a hydrating drink of water for your face. It's just in my Shop My Stash, so I thought I would put this on because I have got skincare on from this, maybe from like an hour ago, and this is quite nice and light. And then what should I do first? Should I do eyes? I've got Moni here with me today. He's supposed to be at daycare. I think we will go in with this. So I said I've got shade 20W. This is the Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer. I think it's supposed to be hydrating and blurring at the same time. I'm gonna use my Flower Beauty sponge. I love the packaging. So this, when my friend gave it to me, I was like, this is tiny. It's 30 standard mils. Isn't that crazy? This is the same size as the NARS. All the NARS bottles are 30 mils, the same size. So it just goes to show that packaging is half of it. I didn't bring a mirror. Is there a mirror? I've got Mona here with me today. He's supposed to be at daycare. He's started daycare now. But he had a fever yesterday. And so they asked me to come pick him up. I was at the fish markets with my friend because it was my last day of maternity leave. So today I'm supposed to technically be working, but fortunately, I have training at night time. So I'm not actually working in store on my first day back, which is very funny. So I have training from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. online. So when your child has a fever, they have to be at home for 24 hours or until there's no fever. No, 24 hours and no fever. I'm using a lot of this because this is super sheer, but it looks all right. So he's with me today, but the thing is he's fine. He's got a cold. He started daycare, so they get sick when they start daycare. He's been at daycare 4 days in total, 5 days in total now, like 2 weeks, and he's just gotten a bit of a cold. Whoa, he had a fever yesterday. When I walked in the room, it was boiling hot in there. Like, I'm not surprised. As soon as he came home, his rosy cheeks went away because our house is freezing. This is nice. It is incredibly sheer. Incredibly sheer. My friend said it went streaky on her skin and to not use a brush. So I didn't use a brush. That's why I'm using a sponge. It just looks like there's literally nothing on my face. I'm gonna use my finger. I don't know if the sponge just soaked it all up. Because people have been loving this, haven't they? It is so sheer. Like, it's not doing anything on my skin. Like, I can get away with this color fine because it's so sheer. I don't feel like there's any change in my skin. Maybe like the teенsiest, tiniest bit. All right, let's get some concealer onto my skin. Yeah, so Mona's here. Yeah, you're right. You've had a little play. You've had some toast. You're okay, aren't you, sweetie? Yeah. This is the By Terry Stylo Expert Click Stick. I think it's discontinued, but it's in my shop, my stash, so that's why I'm using it. Got to get some usage. See, look, like this is looking like it's going to be way darker than, okay. I don't know if we're going to have a good foundation, a good makeup day, but you just don't know until the end. So tomorrow is officially my first day back in store. I'm actually kind of nervous because I haven't used like the computer system in a whole year. Like in a year, a lot changes in any work environment, like processes, systems, staff has changed. There's all these new people I don't know. So I'm a bit nervous just because like I know products well, that's not my concern, but I'm worried that I will get asked to do something that I've forgotten how to do. So I'm sure it'll be fine, but I'm just a little bit nervous to go back to work. It just looks like I've got no makeup on. Isn't that why we're here, guys? Oh yeah, do you want to have an early sleep? Yeah, I don't think I like this tinted moisturizer. It's actually looking dry here. And I did a lactic acid treatment last night, so I should be fine. And I don't usually have issues with this concealer, so I don't know. What's the point? I can see why she gave it to me. But people have been raving about it. Okay, let's move on. Let's go on to eyes, I reckon. Actually, I'll quickly do my brows off camera. Got my Ultra 3 brow pencil in soft brown. I think you can buy this one. Put Mona to sleep. It's very early for him to go to sleep, but he was tired. Okay, I think we might do eyes next, just in case, before I do any powder or anything. Okay, I salvaged some eyeshadow brushes that were not completely dirty. I've been trying to clean them for a very long time. They're actually here on the dining table, and I still haven't done it. It's ridiculous. It's just like such a long job, and I've just got other things that I prioritize. So I'll show you what it looks like. I just thought this would be, if I'm gonna try Nude by Nature, I want something that I think would be really easy to wear. So the first 4 shades are shimmers, and then you've got 1 matte, which is interesting. And I wanted to pick this one because the warm tone one, I have one just like that in those tones. I think I just thought, hey, I think this would look pretty, and I think I'm wearing the right top as well. So I have this double-ended brush from Urban Decay Honey Palette. I think we'll start with the matte and we'll see how that goes. I've always been curious to try these, but they're quite expensive. I think I still paid $20 for this, and it was half price. So Nude by Nature is just not that cheap for drugstore. Like, I'm not saying that they're overly expensive, but like when you go to Priceline, you're not looking to spend $40 on an eyeshadow. You can get it cheaper. You can get one cheaper with more at both Sephora and Mecca. But I understand they have a market. They are Australian, and you do have to sometimes pay more for Australian. This foundation is not nice. It's doing exactly what my friend said. It's like sitting on top of the skin, and it's even bunching with my concealer. And I don't have problems with this concealer. I love this concealer, but it doesn't like the blend anyway. But I thought this shade is actually quite a nice shade as a matte. You could do like a smoky eye all over the lid with a bit of shimmer. You could just use a tiny bit and then have shimmer. Or you could do what I'm doing, is you can have it real like built up on the outer and then do like your traditional shimmer. So I thought it was a good shade. And then with the other side, I'll just do a little bit underneath. Now I actually have some more new makeup coming. I did a Mecca order, but when you work for Mecca, they don't, and you buy online, they don't send it to your house, they send it to the store you work at. So because I'm starting work, going in store tomorrow, I'm gonna go get it tomorrow, and I'll do a video with the stuff that I got, because I got some really cool stuff that I'm pretty excited about. I got a lip, an eye palette, a lip product and a foundation. And then I bought a hair, but that's not going to be in the video. I feel like the more you blend, it softens. I don't know if you're going to get this to be like heavily pigmented, but it's quite nice. As I blend it, it's getting better. When I was first blending, I thought it was a bit patchy, but I think that's done a lot better. I could use this side. I think it's got the right amount of density, and I barely touched it with the matte shade. So there's 2 really light shades and then 2 more mid-tones. I might do this one with my finger. Oh, that came off darker than I thought. It's not dark, but darker than I thought. It looks quite light in the pan. I'm just doing that in the inner part, and then in the middle I'll use another shade. Now you definitely have to like shimmers to get this palette. I think the other one, I can't actually remember, were the other ones a variety or they all shimmer with one matte? I don't know, I don't remember. And then I will get this goldy color with the brush and do that in the middle. Well, that's good, that does well with a brush. They're just like your standard shimmers. They're not blinding, they're not glittery, they're not even metallic. They're just like a nice subtle shimmer. Like very easy for everyday wear. Which is why I wanted to try this palette, is what I'm trying to say. And I'm adding more of the matte just because it was a little patchy. I'm gonna go in with this small Morphe brush. It's just very small, so it's good for the inner corner. I'm gonna get that yellowy shade, the really light one. I'm hoping it's so much darker when you get the brush. How weird. Yeah, that's a little bit too dark. Yeah, my skin looks worse than without makeup, if I'm honest, which is not the point. Okay. For some eyeliner, I've got the ColourPop Plum. I don't know if it exists anymore, but just like I think it's a really nice tone to put with it. Another one that would be really nice is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. It's like a mauvey brown eyeliner. Then my Essence Double Trouble mascara. All right. Wow, the camera really highlights my fairness, doesn't it? Let's go in with the MCO Beauty Instant Contour Beauty Wand in light medium. Well, we still have some, well, we have no powder on my face. And the good thing about this product is it's quite translucent because I've barely got face makeup on. So this will, I think, go well with that because it's not gonna overpower. Like if I went in with my NARS, which you know I love, the NARS Cream Bronzer, I think it's too pigmented for my lack of coverage, but this is perfect. We have some life coming back into the face. I should be in musicals. Okay, that's instantly a little bit better. Okay, I have some cream blush before we go in with powder. This is the Chantecaille Cheek Gelatin Vibrant, and I thought it'd be a really nice tone with this palette because it's like a rosy tone. And I think I will blend this in with the sponge. Yeah, that's lovely. Such a nice wash of color. Okay, let's get the bronzer. I have a new bronzer and I've been curious. So you guys know I really like Models Prefer from what I've tried. This is their Natural Glow bronzer. Now I have the Soft Touch Mineral Powder and Glow 1, Glow 2, which is like all the soft shimmery shades. Now this is just a straight up bronzer. Whereas the other one I have isn't a bronzer, it's just like a darker finishing powder. That's what I'm trying to say. They were on sale, but that swatches really nicely. I really like the tone of it. So this is not a new product, but I just love trying Australian makeup, as you guys know, which is why some of you are here. Some of you are not here for my Australian content. And you're like, stop with the Australian makeup, Sam. And others are like, oh my God, I love it, keep doing it. And I'm just like, I don't know. Let's just do a mix, guys. Let's just do a mix. Because the thing is, I love all kinds of makeup. I love indie, I love drugstore, I love luxury. For me, it's just whatever I think looks good and is good quality. That's what I'm drawn to. It's not, I mean, it's very privileged of me to say, oh, it's not because of the price. I work at Mecca, I get a lot of free makeup. So like, I didn't pay for this. So I am very fortunate because otherwise I wouldn't be in a position to be buying Chantecaille and Shiseido and NARS and all those luxury brands. But that's one of the perks of working in beauty, is you do get access to products you wouldn't normally. This is a really nice bronzer, don't you think? It's nice and subtle, but it's a good tone. I like it. I actually really like it. And I like that it's not massive. Like, I just don't feel like we need massive products anymore. I feel like in the beauty community, we're just done with massive products. We don't need it. Now I've got two blushes. I wasn't sure what my face would look like. So I've got my Revlon Naughty Nude, which is super nude, or my Vive Pesca. I think this is too warm. Although, if you see my eyeshadow, the shimmers look a lot more warmer than they did in the pan. Doesn't it? Interesting. I could actually get away with this, you know, because of my eyes. Let's do it. Or should I go neutral? Now, let's put a little bit of colour on my face. I think it looks quite nice. We've got that nice rosy tone underneath. Don't be afraid to mix as long as they're somewhat complementary. Lovely. Lovely. And then I've got this product from Models Prefer, the Mineral Powder Soft Touch in Photo Ready. Now, I was telling you before, I have the Soft Touch, but it's got the 3 parts in it. This one is just like the finishing powder. So I also have the Models Prefer Mineral Finishing Powder. This is not a finishing powder. This is Photo Ready Mineral Powder. This is Mineral Finishing Veil. So I don't know what the difference is. So I bought both out. I know one's loose, one's pressed, but this says it's a finishing powder. So this is, I'm guessing, is to dust all over. And this looks like the actual Hourglass Ambient Light in the one that I have, Mood Light. It's got a pinkiness to it. Okay, they are different. This is actually a lot more pale, but it doesn't look as pale. You won't really be able to see, but that's the mineral powder and that's the finishing powder, the loose, and this is the one, this one here. See how this looks light? So this one here actually brightens. So you've got, that's where the finishing powder is. Let's give this a try. I thought this was gonna be like a kind of a ambient lighting powder, if I'm honest. But it doesn't really look like it. So this is gonna be our powder for the day, and I'm just gonna dust this all over my face because I'm curious to see what it's gonna look like. If it even does anything. It feels a little hard pressed in the pan. This is a Flower Beauty powder brush, but I bought it for my Nude by Nature powder foundation, the loose one, and it's really good for that. So if you're looking for a foundation brush for powder foundation, like loose one, this could also be for compact as well, pressed powder, but it's really good and it's really affordable. It's really soft. It's good for buffing, but still dense enough to pick up product like a loose powder. Okay, there is shimmer in it. Or is that from the bronzer? I think that was from the bronzer. I don't know, is anything even happening? Like, I do notice a difference with the loose finishing veil. I really like that one. But I don't know if this does anything. I'm really going in too because I think it's too hard pressed. I'd have to use that more. But I don't really see it improving my skin. I don't know, I feel like it did nothing. Okay, lips. Now lips, this came with a brush I forgot to mention from Nude by Nature, but it's so tiny it's useless, in my opinion. So lips, I wanted to get one of my Australian lipsticks because I'm about to do reviewing all my Australian lipsticks. So I thought I should wear one. Now, if I'm a little bit warmer than I thought I was gonna be, I think I'm gonna go on Ultra 3. Brown Sugar Nose, too cool toned. What am I thinking? I need something really neutral. So I've got Flushed and Born With It, which is actually like their two newest. I think this one. Their two newest lipsticks. I'll just use my lip liner I always use, which is Laura Mercier in Plumberry. I love it. I Want It Forever. And then I've got Born With It from Ultra 3. Lovely. Lovely. I tell you what, I kind of need a setting spray because my face, like, it's not horrible, it's not the worst it's ever looked, but I don't know, it's super flat, super average. Anyway, that is that. And the perfume I got, I need to feel luxe. So I got the Mason Francis Curtijan Grand Soif. This one's from Mecca. And the notes are labdanum, tonka, vanilla, amber, and benzoin. Some people think it smells a little bit old lady. I think it smells like rich, like royal. Because you got that vanilla in it. It's not for everyone though. It's quite intense, but I love it. And I love the name Grand Soif. It makes me feel like I'm a rich woman. Not a girl, a woman. This is a woman's fragrance. Highly recommend smelling it if you can at your local Mecca. Right, that is everything, guys. I'm going to film reviewing all my Australian makeup lipsticks now. Like, I don't think my makeup looks bad, but this is, okay, this is a no. I need to keep using it though. I'll probably put it in my Shop My Stash. And then the other thing I was average on was this. I don't understand it. I just feel like I've already made it hard pan. Anyway, everything else I really liked. I actually really like this. It's quite nice. Just like a nice easy eyeshadow look, don't you think? All right, that's it everyone. Thank you for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.